Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here once again for another match of the Toulouse 7 part of Pool D. These two sides are, and it is going to be South Africa trying to redeem themselves after a loss to Ireland in the first round. Spain, they were defeated by Samoa. So two sides yet to get themselves a victory in the Toulouse 7s. Going to be rearing to go here for this matchup. But for South Africa, it is going to be Zane Davids, Ryan Oosterhuizen, also Impi Visa, Branko Dupre, Sawyers Wape, Nuluwalo, and also Ronald Brown. Then the youngster, Bradley Blood, going to actually get himself another cap in the later stages of this game. But I'm excited to see who does end up getting themselves a win here. Spain, theoretically, should be defeated by a relative margin, but you never know. South Africa, they are having a little bit of a tougher patch, and while Spain won't be able to field South African players in this game, the Blitzboks will sniff them out, says Sebastian there as well. Yeah, of course, Spain's union team getting ditched from the Rugby World Cup, unfortunately, due to a player ineligibility. And also, how's it, Kiwi Lads? My man says, Barry Green, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. And hope you are excited for not just the 7s, but also for the URC a little bit later on. Sharks taking on Ulster should be an awesome matchup. But for Spain, in this match, they have got Sainz Trapaga, also Valencia's Goichichia, Juan Ramos, Juan Martinez, Ramiro, and also Soriano. So they've actually got a couple new names in there for Spain, which is quite cool to see. And hopefully they do end up going all right for them. But someone who South Africa are missing, Selvin Davids, unfortunately ruled unfit to be able to do this matchup and this series, sadly. So he is going to be missing. They lost to Ireland. Damn, the Irish are in the 7s big. Says Flesh, and they certainly are. And because of it, it does mean that next game between Ireland and Samoa just has that much more hype around it. Because whoever wins that, debatably, could end up finishing top of the table. If it is Ireland, that is, they will be able to finish first. Samoa and South Africa, someone's going to miss out on that top 8. We will have to wait and see who it is who lost to Ireland, says Gareth. It was South Africa. The Blitzboks, they ended up losing that match by about 10, but they have got this ball now early on. Impi Visa goes back across, and this looks like a ruthless Blitzboks side who will not be happy with that last result. Now Sawyers Wapi tries to step on the inside. He has been taken down. Ronald Brown plays halfback, gives it off to Nurulalo. Now Impi Visa in the midfield, wide pass, maybe a little bit flat, but Zane Davids is going to go in and score the try for himself. It was quite flat for that pass, I'll be honest, but I think it was all okay for that one of Zane Davids, and that's going to be his first try of the Toulouse 7s. And it is very nicely done. Impi Visa, brilliant pass in the end. It worked out for them, but Nurulalo went off into the hands of Impi Visa. And I guess that's the thing. As long as it goes backwards out of the hands, you're fine. And Jeepers, 4 tournaments flawless and now imploding. Says Gareth there. So, yeah, it is a very tough patch for South Africa at the moment. They had the second longest winning streak in history. Oh, well, did England actually win, or do my eyes deceive me, says Sebastian. One moment. I'm just going to have a very good look, or a very quick look, to see, because I know that they had a couple games, England, but they were up against an easier side, weren't they? They have an easier game. I'm actually going to look at it now, see what I can work out. But I know that they had a game up against, it wasn't Argentina, it was someone else in that group, wasn't it? But that one hasn't gone the 10 meters, so they are going to have a reset. Oh, that one, England, they were able to win up against Canada. They were indeed 24 points to 5 in that matchup, so nicely done. And Argentina winning up against Japan, 43 points to 5. So currently, the only team who hasn't scored a single try throughout the men's so far is actually Scotland up against New Zealand. But now it's a nice run from Spain, and they are using that back line beautifully, and this will be a try for Spain. And they've done brilliantly getting in there. And it was their number 13, Valencias, who has been able to go over. And that is his first try of Toulouse. But yeah, every single matchup, we have had at least one try for each side, other than the Scottish. So the Scottish will be trying to redeem themselves in that next matchup that they have got. It is the game after New Zealand versus USA, and it is Scotland versus Australia. And nicely done by Valencias to be able to go in. Zane Davids trying to get the shorts, but wasn't able to stop him. So currently, this game gets a little bit closer, and the scoreboard is still asleep. There we go. It's worked out that the game is happening. It is currently sitting 7-5 in favour of Spain. So they are doing very nicely at the moment. Juan Ramos, whatever that means, he's got 2 fingers up I don't know what play that is. That's probably kick it off long and tap it back. And if it is, they've done it right because they have got the ball back now. Juan Martinez goes off to Juan Ramos, rush defense from the Blitzboks. And if Spain were able to beat the Blitzboks here, it would be one of the biggest upsets that Spain have ever been able to cause. So that would be absolutely massive for them. But it is a game of 14 minutes, and it's going to be Spain who do get the penalty there for South Africa leaving their feet. Spain might try and slow this one down and go for the corner, perhaps. Yes, they do. Juan Ramos with a good kick downfield. And it's going to almost bounce into touch. That is an absolutely terrific kick. And Impivisa was the one penalised there for South Africa. So, yeah, currently it is 7 points to Spain and 5 to South Africa. And also, they also have Japan today. I reckon they have a decent chance to England, says Sebastian. Because that's the thing. As long as they are able to... Oh, little double pump pass there for the line out. So, unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for the Spanish, only a few metres out from the line. Now South Africa will be able to have a good opportunity to maybe kick it on the touchline. But, see, that's the thing. England, for me, can beat Japan. So it's who Canada beats. So if Canada beat Japan, but Canada can't beat Argentina, then you're sweet. But if Canada somehow beat Argentina in a big upset, that's going to be another penalty to Spain. Nicely done. So currently they are just playing a very high-intensity game. And Nodovalo that time was the man who was penalised. They are kicking it for touch once again for Spain. They need to make sure that they get this line out right. So, yeah, from that group, it does seem like it's going to be Argentina and England. From this group, I would say, I don't even know from this group, actually. Now I think about it, because there are a couple big games. I'll let you know after that next game who I think will be going through pretty much, because one of them might get themselves knocked out. But now it's going to be nicely done backline. Muma Martinez has gone over the top of the winger. And it is going to be half a knock on there. And it does become the Blitzboks ball inside of the 22. I'm actually a bit rattled with the fact that Spain are beating South Africa at this current point in time, because South Africa currently, they've got a lot of hands on hips. They look like they're tired. They look fatigued. And that's not what we're used to seeing for the Blitzboks. We're used to a side who can run all day and all night if they need to. And maybe the pressure and the heat just get into them a little bit here. It was 42-12. Samoa were able to beat Spain, whereas it was, I think they said 21-12 in favour of the Irish over South Africa. This is looking better. Ronald Brown looking for the pass if he can find it, but now he's going to be backing in pace down the wing. He's going to be wrestled down, though, on the halfway line. Good counter-ruck from Spain, but Zane Davids has been able to clean up. Oh, Canada, I won't beat the Boomers. I know that any game is a potential upset, but not Canada versus Boomers as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, it shouldn't happen. There's just, you never know, do you? That's the thing. I feel like now that we've said that, they're going to, aren't they? And we're going to be absolutely shocked. It's like that game, Crusaders Waratahs. I had someone who said, why is like 3% back the Waratahs? You guys are idiots. And then the Waratahs won, which was a crazy one. Impivisa on the halfway line currently. Zane Davids hanging on to it. Wide cutout pass. Ronald Brown takes it. Always foot is in touch. And now it is going to be the line out. It just seems like it's not quite going right for the Blitzboks currently. Anytime they have almost had a good attacking opportunity, something else just ends up going a little bit further downhill. Ronald Brown, he's been looking good throughout the early stages of the match. He's been using that pace to his advantage. He just hasn't quite been able to get over the try line. Taken nicely by Spain now. Ramos fires it back across to Juan Martinez. Now trying to use the pace on the outside. It is Romero. Wrestled down by Wapi. You'd have to say he has done very nicely to turn that ball over. Now Ronald Brown was looking for the offload. He's just thrown it backwards. Nodovalo now goes off into the hands of Ryan Osterhuizen. This is a 2-on-1. This should be Zane Davids' try. If he can get to the line, he does just that. I think they might be checking this. Yes, they are. I think Zane Davids initially was putting it down on the guy's arm. Note now they've said it's a try. So that will be South Africa taking the lead at halftime, which is probably what a lot of people would have been expecting for this matchup. And now 10 points to 7. It's going to be still very close going into the second half, with Zane Davids scoring 2 times in this one. But it was the turnover of Wapi. was able to go straight over it. And then from there, Branco de Prea gave it off to Zane Davids on the outside. So he just managed to get it down. He almost ended up getting it on that guy's arm. Nah, that's nice. From Zane Davids, no worries there. It's going to be a tough kick from the touchline for Branco de Prea, who struck it nicely. It just curls away to the side. And that will now be halftime. 10 points to 7 is the way we are sitting between these two sides in South Africa and Spain. So the next game that has taken place, it is going to be Ireland taking on Samoa. And then the game after that, it will be the matchup between New Zealand and the USA, followed by the game of the URC that we are covering on the channel. That will be Sharks versus Ulster. And then the last game that we are covering of the morning, it will be the matchup taking place between Fiji and Wales. That is the last game. And then we get like 4 hours sleep, and then we're back up doing 3 games of Super Rugby, followed by about 6 more games of the sevens as well. And South Africa will get to use, or have to get used to the French pitches if they want to keep any chances alive of being called world champs. And there says Sebastian, that is very true. Of course, the World Cup going to be coming up there in a very short moment. That's the thing. It's getting closer and closer, isn't it? The Bunnings NBC is only like 80 days away. And I remember when that was going to be like 6 months or something along those lines. So it just keeps on going. The rugby world, that is. And also cricket. It's almost June already. I don't know what's happened to the year, but it is currently already almost the 6th month. We're halfway to Christmas, ladies and gentlemen, almost. Come on, boys. Smile on our faces, eh? Is the comment from the South African team. I mean, smiles on the faces, it's important, I guess. But also, tries, you know? Maybe tries wouldn't be too bad. And also, yikes, SX there as well. As long as they got smiles on their faces, hopefully that is kind of like be happy, play happy. Play well, I guess would be that situation. But currently, Samoa versus Ireland will be kicking off in only about 11 minutes time. And then 45 minutes time, New Zealand, they will be taking on the USA. What should be a very exciting game. And then Australia, Scotland in an hour and 7 minutes. Hey, howdy, hey, y'all. CSK Dixon, welcome in. Hope you are doing well. And currently, USA only about 45 minutes away from taking on the Kiwis, which will be, that one will probably be a tough one for you to decide who you want to go for, I would think. You do quite like New Zealand, but then saying that you're from the States. So maybe they will sway you slightly in their favour. Now Sawyer the Wapi off the Branco de Prea. Now Ronald Brown ball on the outside off the Ryan Oosterhuizen. Good shot on him by, I believe it was Juan Martinez. Now Impivisa in the midfield. Offload to Sawyer the Wapi. This is starting to look more like the Blitzboks that we know and love, as they are starting to find themselves some nice space at the start of the second half. Now will be passed back once again from Ryan Oosterhuizen and Branco de Prea. Oh, okay, that was an interesting pass, but he pretty much just threw himself to the ground. Zane Davids, can he go in for his hat trick? He gets forced in a touch, but I think he put it down on the Spanish player. So for me, this is a South African line-out. What way do they go with it? Okay, it's lost forward into touch, they have called. And also, do Carlin Isles and Perry Baker still play? I have not seen much sevens in years, says Hex. So I know that Perry Baker is still there for this series. I want to say that Carlin Isles is as well. He was there for the last league anyway. Yeah, I haven't waxed my upper lip in a while. And Miguel mustache looks like his. Says Katie Dixon there as well. And also we have got there. Morning, Katie. Do you have DNA proof, though, in there? Do you have DNA proof, though? DNA proof. Oh, is that to do with the Dixon man? Maybe. I feel like I'm slow this morning, unfortunately. I've noticed for my beard, like it doesn't really exist, but it's almost joined up here, which is quite exciting. So that it looks less patchy, but it's still not great. And also they have some speed, and the SSX, they certainly do. And I think New Zealand are going to be most worried about Perry Baker. Although we've got Caleb Tangitau, who does seem to have a huge amount of pace in it. They lasted a while. That is a very, very impressive mustache there. Oh, I believe that was Juan Ramos is about to throw this ball in. And also, she used the milestone comment. Check it out. See, Sebastian, this is really annoying me that it doesn't show me milestone comments. Because the thing is, it's like a special comment, and it just doesn't come up. One moment, Katie. And also, I don't think I received my member comment. Merv Hughes is my dad. There you go. Member for 10 months, Katie. You are about to become a diamond Kiwi ladder or laddess. Lady, don't know. Ladis. I guess it is. And also we have got the, what was the best or the last encounter between States and New Zealand? Like, you normally do see a relatively close one, but I think New Zealand got the better of the last matchup between the two sides. And it was relatively one-sided, I want to say. But hopefully this next one will be a little bit closer. So as Wapi goes over, and that will now be another try for the South Africans, and also mate less mass, or less mate less. And I'm a gem. And there says Katie, you certainly are. And also we have got about the, I'm going to have to message them again about milestone comments of why they don't pop up, because literally everything else does, other than milestone ones, which is very weird, because I feel like without knowing that they come through, I've probably missed quite a few in the past. Now I think about it, and now I feel slightly bad. Nicely done from Sawyers Wapi to be able to score the try, the captain of South Africa. And now it says it's halftime, but it's about 4 minutes through the second half, and also wiggle. And there says scrumless, hang on, there's a double up. Which one is which? Now I'm confused. Is that still the same, Katie? That's your rugby channel, maybe, if I'm not wrong. They are just checking something. Are they? What are we doing? All good, fellas? It's a comment from the referee. It's currently 15 points. Just checked the last two games we played against them. Them have been 26-5. And that crazy lady. And there's says Katie Dixon. Wait, so is it you or is it not you? I'm so confused. Is it your other account or is it? Because I know that we have a few impersonations overall. But now, Branca de Prea looks like he is going off the field now. And making their way off. It was me, says Katie. I was worried for a second because we've had a few like double ups in the past. Like, the thing is, I don't know about you, but as soon as you said crazy lady, I thought of one lady in particular that we've had on the channel who did want to teach us all about the potato famine and all sorts. Quite a few of you guys were here for that one. Interesting situation. Very interesting for the Discord server. It's our account with a Vincent Koch video. And there as well says, Sebastian, that was an oldie but a goodie, wasn't it? I need to sub on that account, says Katie there as well. Although that's the thing, you'll be collecting a lot of badges if that is the case. I got the potato famine in there as well. Yeah, good fun, eh? But currently, it still says it's halftime, but it's 15 points to 7 currently, the way that it's sitting. But the scoreboard doesn't know that. We know that though. At this point in time, 15 points to 7. The next game will be Samoa taking on Ireland, and what should be a very awesome fixture between the two sides. And also, they haven't played each other in 2 years either. Really? Is that right? I swear we played them not too long ago. But I might have been wrong, because now that I think about it, we weren't on the series for a very long time. Maybe we haven't. Maybe we just played similar opponents. Like they play Australia, then we play Australia. And that's what I'm getting confused about. Ronald Brown, he likes it. He likes it very much. And he's going to put the ball over the line. And he does manage to get the try for South Africa. So now the score will be 20 points to 7. And also not 2 years. And there says Hex. So I guess it's long overdue, isn't it? For us to get to see them play off. Hopefully it will be an exciting game. The thing is, New Zealand up against Scotland looked a little bit shaky at the start. I will have to mention it was 0-0 at halftime, but then they went on to win that game 19 points to 0, which was very nicely done as well. But Ronald Brown has scored at 22 points to 7 now. That's how this game sits. So it has gone from being a close matchup to being a not so close matchup between South Africa and Spain. Currently, Ronald Brown, from 7 tournaments, he scored 23 tries, which is pretty incredible, really, I guess you could say. I see. For Ronald Brown. I'm just talking about a bit of the backstory of that man, but currently now it is in the hands of Tawan. Hanging on to that currently. Spain, they haven't given up as of yet. They want to try and get that points differential down. And also next game, Usos versus says it was Sebastian there. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup. And that's the thing. I actually feel like some people from Samoa might be up late for that matchup of the 7. So it will be interesting to see how many people we have got watching along with that one. I know that a lot of people in New Zealand did end up going to sleep purely because of the fact it's very late here in New Zealand. And with 3 games of Super Rugby tomorrow, everyone's like, right, it would be strategic to sleep and then watch those games. Whereas I didn't make that decision. And so I went back and watched the Lion game, and that guy I saw really doesn't look like Maxi after all. I kind of feel like a fool, says Katie Dixon. Although that's the thing, if you see him only very briefly, like as the camera pans past him, I feel like it is an easy mistake to make. I remember seeing my twin that I don't actually have, but my doppelganger, in fact, he was actually in a Kmart magazine, or not Kmart, sorry, that's the K-Zone. That's what it's called, like the kind of child's magazine, how you like get all those activities and whatnot. And we have Maxi in the chat for Super Rugby Streams Today, legend. And there's Sebastian, and also we have got there, man, did you see the South Africa women's getting destroyed? Says Hanley, they did indeed, unfortunately. JC Pretorius, it looks like he might be able to use his pace, does he? Romero was able to just stop him. But South Africa, they're looking for one more try here. Sawyer's Whuppy on the short side. And it's going to be now the youngster, Bradley Blood. And he's been able to score that try. I was going to say, I thought his first name was Delvin, but they've got Bradley down. So it's Delvin Blood, though. And he has been able to get himself his first try ever in the sevens. And also, Miss Maxi says Katie Dixon. I believe he's actually going to the game between the Classic All Blacks and Spain, which will have a few of those ex-All Blacks, such as Conrad Smith, Jerome Kano, Jose Gear, Rico Gear, Corey Flynn, Brody McAllister. That's a lie. Luke McAllister, in fact. Oh, that one, but nicely done by South Africa to get themselves another try there to close out this game. But they will be winning this game quite comfortably in the end from being 7-5 down. They've been able to find their momentum back very nicely indeed. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning into this live stream. We will just wait to see whether or not this conversion does end up going over. If it does, they will be able to get themselves up to 29 points. They did miss it, so it's 27-7, and we are going to be going back for the next live stream. We will keep you updated on that one, Hex. I will get those results up in a very short moment. I will see you all in a very short moment for some